Developers love CI/CD pipelines, right? The whole DevOps automation. Yeah, really just merging that pull request and letting the robots handle the rest. Well, hey, someone just weaponized your automation against you. I want you to meet PRT-Scan, a AI-assisted supply chain attack that's been running wild since March 11th. Over 256 malicious pull requests submitted to hundreds of GitHub repositories, all fake, all designed to steal your secrets. And here's how it works. Threat actors created 6 disposable GitHub accounts and used AI to rapidly scan open source projects for GitHub Actions misconfigurations. Then they submit fake pull requests disguised as helpful CI/CD improvements like, hey, we optimized your workflow file, except buried in that workflow is credential-stealing payloads. Yeah, the moment that you merge that PR, yeah, your GitHub Actions runner executes their code and boom, your API keys, database credentials, cloud tokens, all of that exfiltrated to an attacker-controlled server. Yeah. Wiz Security tracked this campaign specifically. 6 accounts, 1 threat actor, and they were using systematic targeting. The AI isn't just writing exploit code anymore. It's automating reconnaissance at scale, folks. It's finding the vulnerable repos faster than humans really ever could. The fix for us defenders is code review every single pull request, even the boring ones, okay? Enable branch protection rules. You don't ever want to trust automation workflows from external contributors. And maybe, just maybe, audit your secrets management, because if they're just sitting in your repo, yeah, they're not secrets anymore. Yeah, supply chain attacks used to be sophisticated, but hey folks, now they're just automated. Moving on to our next story. So, those responsible disclosure security agreements that researchers sign, the ones that say basically play nice and report the bugs privately, and then we'll eventually get around to patching them. Yeah, somebody totally took that agreement and just trashed it, okay? On April 3rd, a disgruntled security researcher publicly released BlueHammer, a 0-day privileged escalation exploit that gives attackers full system-level access on a Windows system. No patch, no fix, just the raw exploit code dropped on the internet because Microsoft's Security Response Center apparently pissed off the wrong person. Yeah, here's what makes BlueHammer particularly nasty, okay? It combines a time of check, time of use race condition called a TOCTOU with path confusion to compromise the security account manager database. That's basically the database that stores your local passwords and access credentials. Once they're in, they escalate to system, the highest privilege you can get on a Windows system. The researcher's gripe here is that MSRC took too long, communicated poorly, or straight up dismissed the findings. We've seen this before in the security research community, frustration with vendor responses, their response times in particular leading to a lot of public disclosure. But this one's different. This isn't a proof of concept demo, though. This is the full weaponized exploit code. Yeah, Microsoft, they haven't released a patch yet, so your EDR might catch this, it might not, you might want to check. Your antivirus, it also might check it based on the signature, but if somebody really wants system access on your machine and they know how to use BlueHammer, they basically got it at this point. So the lesson, vendor relationships matter, folks. Coordinated disclosure works when both sides respect the process. When one side doesn't, researchers have the power to burn everything down, okay? Not cool. All right, let's move on to our last story, folks. Password spraying. It's the brute force attack that everyone knows about, but yet still somehow works. And Iran just proved it again. Researchers just proved that there were 3 coordinated attack waves in March targeting over 300 Microsoft 365 organizations in Israel and 25 more in the UAE. They were March 3rd, March 13th, and March 23rd. Like clockwork. Yeah, these weren't random script kiddies either. This was attributed to Iranian state-sponsored groups, Peach Sandstorm and Gray Sandstorm, using using Tor exit nodes and commercial VPNs to essentially mask their origin, but we still tracked it back. They hit government entities, municipalities, tech firms, and critical infrastructure. High-value targets, too. This was really coordinated timing and an aggressive brute force authentication attempts against multiple different cloud environments. It was pretty wild. And here's the thing about password spraying. Normally it's low and slow. Instead of like hammering one account with thousands of passwords, they try one common password across 1,000 different accounts. Winter 2026 exclamation point, password 123 exclamation point, welcome 2026 exclamation point. No account lockouts, no alarms, just patient, methodical credential testing until something clicks. And when it does, they're in your Microsoft 365 tenant, reading emails, accessing SharePoint, extracting data, pivoting to other connected systems. The success rate, the researchers didn't publish the hard numbers, but the fact that they're calling this a campaign means it worked multiple times. So we're definitely saying multiple compromises here. Data exfiltration has been confirmed. The fix here is unfortunately rather boring, folks. Enable MFC anywhere, okay? No exceptions. Use conditional access policies to block suspicious geolocations. Monitor failed authentication attempts. And for the love of all that's secure, folks, ban common passwords at the tenant level. Iran's not getting more sophisticated. They're just betting that you won't do the basics. So please don't prove them right. All right, folks, that about wraps up today's stories. This is Andy Thompson signing off.